Hello guys, welcome back to online classes for excellence. So today I will be going in details through the reproductive system chapter, which you guys need in 8, 9, 10 as well. So I will mainly go through class 10 part, so in more details you guys also of class 8 and 9 will also listen to this session. But before going into the main part, I want you guys to subscribe one more channel, that is Hungry Rasoi. It's a channel of one of my friends only, for cooking channel. You can see good recipes and all, because when you eat good, you can study good, this I believe. So now going into the main part. So number one, if I say this is reproductive system, obviously I will not go into main hormone part, but I will just tell the basic things, the basic hormones that are related to this reproductive system part. So number one is FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. You guys have must have read it in your hormone chapter. So follicle stimulating hormone. So basically, what does it do? FSH, growth, like development of male and female body structure as they grow up. You know, adolescence phase, you know, puberty and all. So secretion of male and female sex hormones. So this hormone that is being ejected from the pituitary gland, you guys know it. So the male and female hormone secretion, it is related. So what is the male hormone? Basically, it is testosterone, and female hormone are estrogen and progesterone. All right. So steroid hormones, all are steroid hormones. So these are the factors. Number part B, male reproductive system. So I'm going into details what you need to know. Like number one, what are the parts that you need to understand, and the diagram as well. Testis, the main structures of male reproductive part, which secretes testosterone. Then the sperm duct. So sperm is being produced over here. So basically testis produces the semen part. Semen has sperm, so sperm is the main factor for reproduction in case of male reproductive part. So spermatic duct or sperm duct is that duct that carries the hormone. Hormone is basically nothing but this testosterone from the testis. Now we got accessory glands. There are few accessory glands that you need to remember. Number one is like semical vesicle. Then prostate gland and bulbourethral gland. Urethral means it is related to urethra. So these are all that you need to know, like the accessory glands. Number 4 is the penis, that is the main part for ejection of sperm. And urethra, it controls not only urination but also the ejection of sperm at the time of coitus. That means when male and female gametes they just exist like in a proper condition during reproduction. Now third part is female reproductive system. Ovaries, this is the main part. So I will go in a little bit more detail. So there are primary reproductive organs and secondary accessory reproductive organs. So here testis is the primary and ovary is the primary. All the other part are accessory parts of male and female reproductive system respectively. So number 2 is oviduct, same as sperm duct. It carries the ovary, the egg that is being generated by the ovaries. Uterus is where the fertilization occur when sperm and after sperm and ovaries meet, the main fetus grows in the uterus. I will go into the details. Vagina is the part where main coitus happens when the male and female have sex. So basically the main part where vagina and all, this vagina and penis, these are the main parts for coitus, and vulva, these are the structures. So now number D comes to number D. So what is puberty? At the time, like boys at around 14 to 16 and females at around, I'll say girls at around 12 to 14. At this age, puberty happens, so like the body structures get differentiated, hormones start producing, males have started to have have started growing like beards and all. Female, their period start, menstrual cycle starts, and various other structures, like accessory secondary body characters changes. Voice deepens, male's voice deepens, female's voice shrills up. And then comes the menstrual cycle. I will go into details as well of mainly what is ovulation and how it is being done. If fertilization doesn't occur, then female will have menstrual cycle. Otherwise, when a fetus is produced after fertilization, menstrual cycle will remain stopped until and unless parturition. Parturition is what? That is basically delivery of a baby. So when a baby is delivered, then after that menstrual cycle will again start. But during this 9 to 10 months when the baby is in the mother's womb, menstrual cycle temporarily remains stopped. Fertilization, when the male and female, like the gonads coincides, everything like chromosomes and all, every physical as well as genetical structures when happens to fertilization. Pregnancy, when successful fertilization occurs, the mother becomes pregnant, that is, she is having a fetus, a baby in her womb, that is basically in uterus, the baby grows up in uterus. Placenta is that structures that remain bound to the baby from mother. Alright, for nutrition structure, I will go into the details, but when the baby is in the mother's womb, it has to receive nutrition from her or his mother. So it receives from placenta, and parturition is delivery of the baby. So this is the main basic structures, the theoretical part that you guys need to know. I will just go through some basic part like theoretical part. You can go through any book that is school follows. What is asexual reproduction? What is sexual reproduction? Asexual I've gone like when separates, like one cell divides into other. Sexual is when male and female, this part. This is sexual reproduction basically. So as I've told you, primary reproductive organs, secondary accessory reproductive organs, like what are the male reproductive system part, what are the female reproductive sectional part. You guys need to know the structure of testis, seminiferous tubules and all, what is epididymis, what is sperm duct, it's very, very important. Epididymis is the structures and what is sperm duct and all. You guys need to know this basic terminology for your exams. Leydig cells produce the hormone testosterone. Leydig cells is present in the testis. Leydig cells, Ley Leydig cells. Okay, they produce the sperm basically. So you need to know the diagram. Then sperm duct, it like carries the sperm from the testis, and then you guys need to know what is accessory glands. As I've told you, many seminal vesicle. One is seminal vesicle. It is like a gland just located under the urinary bladder and like the rectum. What it does, it produces secretion that helps in the transportation of sperm. Like it makes the pathway for the sperm much more easier for the sperm to move. It just secretes a secretion. Prostate gland, it also produces alkaline solution for the transport of sperm, so that it neutralizes when sperm goes into the vagina of the female. So pH level is different. Sperm and vagina pH level are different. So it neutralizes and it produces an alkaline solution. It neutralizes and it helps the sperm meanwhile to enter and go through the vagina. And bulbourethral gland, these are just small two glands before it, like, which opens the urethra before the sperm comes into the penis. So this is that penis is the main structure, as you know, guys. Like when the sperm comes, it becomes rigid and erect, so the sperm can get out, like ejected out. And if I come to the female reproductive part, like ovaries is basically two small structures are present over here, produces an egg. You guys need to know some, again I'm telling you the terms: follicle, Graafian follicle, and what is oogenesis. Oogenesis is a process where the cell, like a normal cell, produces into a mature ovum. So these are the terms that you need to know: Graafian follicle, and oogenesis. What is ovulation? It is rupture of the follicle. When the follicle ruptures and the egg releases from the ovary, like it produces a structure like this. It ruptures. This ruptures, and inside it is the egg. It ruptures and the egg comes outside. So you guys need to know this. Oviducts is again carry the ovum through the fallopian tube and all. I will come into the diagrams. Uterus is a hollow structure, like where the baby is being kept, and vagina is the muscular tube that helps in during coitus. And in young girls, it is being protected by you can say a membrane called Hymen, when coitus happens, this hymen ruptures. Vulva is external female genitalia, the external part, where just vagina before that, and you guys need to know two terms, labia minora and labia majora. So what is those? The lesser and the greater parts. You guys need to know the term. So of vulva, and role of hormone, as I've told you, puberty, estrogen, progesterone. This you guys know. And last phase I will come. Over here, menstrual cycle. Puberty, you guys know, like the secondary structures, the hormone production. And what is menstrual cycle? It is the cycle that is it happens in every girl between age from 13 until it ends in 50. So what is menarche? Or menarche, menarche. This is the when first menstrual cycle happens in a girl, that phase is called menarche. And what is menopause? Menopause is that part when menstruation stops of a woman of age around 45 to 50. So what are the main? There are 4 phases of menstrual cycle. 4 phases. Number 1 is the menstrual phase. It lasts it's basically a cycle of 1 month, like 25 to 28 days. So first phase, it lasts for around 3 to 5 days, is the menstrual phase, where the blood is being discharged and the uterus, the inner lining of uterus, the membrane, starts rupturing. Then the follicular phase, the follicle produce ovum is being produced by the ovary, these hormones, then hormones are acting over estrogen, progesterone and all. Then comes the ovulatory phase, it's the 13th or the 14th. So it is the main part, like 13 or 14, the ovum, these ruptures happen and this ovum comes out. So it is the best time for fertilization to produce a fetus. And last part is like the luteal phase. It lasts for the last time, so the empty follicle returns to a hormone, and again this come back, and through vagina it ejects, like the unfertilized ovum gets out of the woman body. That you guys call it as period and all. And now the main part is, one more part is remaining, that is fertilization and placenta. Placenta, I have told you, it is a structure. It is structures that is being attached from mother to the baby. A cord-like structures, umbilical cord you can say, that the baby receives nutrition from the mother via this placenta, as well as the excretory parts of the baby, the nitrogenous waste and all. This is also being ejected out through these structures and via the mother's blood. So it's a very important structures. We all have these structures in our lower abdomen, upper and middle, like over here, this structures. So you guys know. And what is pregnancy? Like when it happens, like the successful mixing up of sperm and ovum, so pregnancy happens. And one more thing, guys, you need to know, as parturition is the birth of the baby, and you guys need to know placenta, as I will tell, amnion and amniotic fluid. When the baby is in the mother's womb, it is being nurtured by a fluid called amniotic fluid. So doctors can inject that amniotic fluid from a mother's womb and can detect the sex of baby as well, whether it is a boy or whether it is a girl. So this is the main part. So like boy, it will have XY chromosome, girls will have XX chromosome. You know, these are the sex chromosome that determines the sex of a baby. So these are the parts. So it is now not being legal. It is being illegal, because many guys like previously, basically in India, guys if they previously know the baby is a girl, they used to do like abortion and all. So it is being illegal, but still this is the way how you can determine the sex as well before birth. And last part I will tell, like the fertilization part. Fertilization part is also very important. You guys need to know some basic structures, like what happens during fertilization and all. I will just come to the best part. A few days soon after ovulation, as I've told you, 12 or 13 days after like the menstrual cycle, 12 to 13 days are the most favorable for conception, like becoming pregnant. So you guys need to know just the basic part, what is happening over here, and spermatic duct and all, and the ovum. I will draw the basic structures of reproductive system and sperm and ovum. And you guys need to know test tube baby. Like if it not happens normally, then what is test tube baby? It is being called, a test tube baby is a baby that is being produced in an external environmental structures, where sperm from the male and the ovum from the female are being extracted, and they are being mixed up. They are kept in a external medium where this mixing of sperm and ovum happens, and a baby is being produced. That is called test tube baby. Okay, so the last part is being left. You guys wait for a little while, you can copy it down whatever you want. I will come back with the last section, last part, that is the diagram of the basic reproductive system. So guys, like these are the diagrams. I have drawn it roughly for you just for the basic knowledge. So here it is the male reproductive system, simplistic diagram. So like this is basically the kidney of a male. Now coming to the main or the other accessory organs, like this is urinary bladder. Okay, and like these are the testes, as you can guess, and the covering of the testes is epididymis. Covering of testes, the membrane that covers the testis is epididymis. Now coming through the bulbourethral gland, this is the bulbourethral gland. These are all the accessory organs that I have told you, bulbourethral glands. And like this is mainly the opening for urine will come or sperm will come, that is the opening. This is the spermatic duct, this one. This is the sperm duct. Okay, this is the sperm duct. Now this is over here, there is a muscle, you can like that controls the ejection or for nitrogenous products or semen. So this is basically the urethra, this muscle. And prostate gland is also over here, prostate glands. These are all present because, as I have told you in the theoretical part, these are all present because they secrete some secretion so the sperm can move without any problem inside the vagina. And now coming through the last part, here over here there is a small like this kind of structure, cells are there. This is seminal vesicle. These are all the accessory organs, seminal vesicles. These are all accessory sex organs. So this is basically a rough structure of male reproductive organ. Now we're coming back to the female one. We'll just go through the basic parts, right? So over here, these are the, what can you say? This is basically the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube or the oviduct, you can say. You can say as oviduct this one. This is as oviduct as well. Now this is basically the funnel that is coming over here, and this is basically nothing but the ovary. Okay, and this is the uterus. There is some lining over here inside the uterus. Alright, so this is basically uterus where the fetus is being like developed, and uterus lining is also over here, lining of the uterus that ruptures. Okay, this rupture, this uterus lining ruptures and it comes with the menstruation of woman. The products that come out during menstruation cycle includes unfertilized ovum as well as this uterus lining that comes. That's why there is pain in lower abdomen during menstruation cycle of any female. Uterus lining over here. Then this part is the cervix, and this part is the vagina. And this is basically the ligament connected over here. So this from over here ruptures out, and the egg, the main egg comes like over here and like carries to the fallopian tube and comes over here. If sperm can travel over here and if fertilization happens and the womb is being, the baby, the fetus is being developed over here. If that doesn't happen, then this comes out along with the inner lining and all, and the product is the menstruation product, menstrual cycle product. And now the two most important part, that is the sperm, and this is basically the sperm of male. So this is basically the head. This is known as acrosome. It is basically triangular, so that, as you know, it is triangular because it can move easily through any pathway. So it is being like triangular. This is acrosome. This is here nucleus is present. This is the mitochondria, and this is basically the tail, and this is a filament. So this you can memorize. This is basically a simplistic structure of a sperm. Now this is ovum. So ovum is this one is ovum. Under it, this is a covering Graafian follicle. As I told you, Graafian follicle ruptures, ovum comes out and all. So this is ovum. Now basically these are over here the sperms comes like this in order for fertilization during after sexual intercourse, the sperm comes like this in order to fertilize the ovum. So the cells of corona radiata, these are all the cells that is being covered. The ovum is much more secured. So this is like corona radiata, the cells covering. Okay, this is basically a space, and then underground again there is a membrane like zona pellucida. These are the membranes that is covering, that is helping the ovum to keep in the right place. And when it ruptures, it ruptures like this, Graafian follicle ruptures, and it comes like this, and then with it, the fetus sperm will coincide with the ovum. So these are the structures of that you need, the diagrammatic structures that you guys need to know in order to end the chapter on reproductive system. So guys, this is all. You can go through the part very carefully. I have just gone through the main basic points, but those points are going to come in your exam as per my experience. So next class I will be coming back with class 10 APGP and quadratic equation. That will help class 8 and 9 students as well. Subscribe our channel, share the video, share it with your friends, because they got these videos are meant for students like you guys who will see, you will study, because schools and classes and all, it's not like we used to have. Now it has changed much more, and precisely after lockdown. So go through the sections and all. Do subscribe the channel. Thank you.